order has arrived. It must be at 11 o'clock at Straits. Yeah, I jumped it out already to make sure the sponge is real good. It out a little bit, and it should be good. Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Colonial, Michilimackinac for our artillery firing demonstration. My name is Steven, joined out here by Hank, and in just a little bit, the piece of artillery that we'll be demonstrating for you all is our cohorn mortar. This is just one of 11 pieces of artillery that you could have found here at Michilimackinac during the 1770s. And it is a very unique weapon. It fires unique projectile for a unique purpose in a unique way. Before I get into all that uniqueness, it does take a little while to load up. So I'm going to give Hank the simple command of, load! And he'll go through everything he needs to do to make this thing make a nice big kaboom for all of us. As he's working on that, I can give you a little bit more information on what makes this such a unique weapon. Now, 10 other pieces of artillery that were stationed here at Michilimackinac, like our light bronze 6-pounder behind me, those are all classified as guns. They are for straight shooting and firing off a solid projectile, your stereotypical cannonball. The mortar is a bit different. You'll notice it's got a short barrel, it's at a 45-degree angle. It is because it's not going to shoot in a straight line. Instead, it will take its projectile, pop it up in the air, and then rain it down. Great for going over obstacles. It's also not firing off a solid round. This is the only weapon at Michilimackinac that would fire an explosive. Known as a bomb, it looked very much like a Wile E. Coyote bomb. It's a cannonball fuse coming off the end of it, and it's packed full of black powder. Once that fuse burns down, kaboom, the bomb would explode. If you think of things like the national anthem, the line bombs bursting in air, it's much bigger versions of this thing that are lobbing those bombs. With its indirect fire and explosive charge, a mortar is a great siege weapon for attacking enemy forts. Now, if you are attacking an enemy fort, maybe you get lucky. Maybe it's made of something really easy to knock over, like, I don't know, wood. It could also be made out of stone, earthwork, brick. That will take a lot longer to knock on down. And as your guns are working to batter down the walls, your mortars can lob bombs over the walls and rain that explosive death down upon the enemy. Which again means that it is a good siege weapon for attacking forts. But that brings up the good question, what was one doing here at Michilimackinac? There's nowhere to go attack. The next nearest fortified settlement was down at Detroit. That was also under British control during the 1770s. So you're not going to go attack yourselves. Instead, Michilimackinac mortar was here to defend the fort. And what they were defending against was the terrain of the area. If you look down that way towards McGulpin Point, we got lots of cottages down there, lots of trees. It's very pretty. Well, in the 1770s, no cottages, of course, but also no trees. You'll notice the fort is made out of wood. The building inside, made of wood. It also gets very cold here, especially in the winter. They needed lots of fuel for the fires. And by the 1770s, they had cut down so many trees around the area for building supplies and fuel that to find a tree, you might have to go 7 miles in any direction. That includes the 5 miles that way and 2 miles the upper peninsula clear cut as well. Without those trees, we are just about ready to fire. I do want to give you 2 warnings though. The first warning is what I hope doesn't happen. We've taken some time to load this up. Historically, you scoop the black powder, pour it in, put the bomb on top. That's the whole loading process. But we're not going to fire a bomb. We fire a bomb, our boss fires us. So we've had to pack that charge in real well. And if something goes wrong, we'll get a big ball of flame, a big ball of smoke, but the mortar will just go heh instead of kaboom. The second warning is what I hope does happen. Now we've packed it in real well, so we get flame, smoke, and a nice earth-shattering kaboom. In which case, I'm going to cheat and use foam earpieces. I'd recommend you all protect your hearing as well. Once I've got my safety features in, we've only got 2 more commands to fire. And our last 2 commands are, make grenade, Fire! God save the king! What a beast! Colonial as an artillery salute to welcome you all to Michilimackinac today. I do hope you enjoyed it. If anyone has any questions, feel free to come up and talk to us. But our next program... Grenade! Fire!
General, there are a few types of things you can point to that everyone's eating regardless of who they are. And I've got something on this cutting board here that's pretty ubiquitous, and I think that we as a group should be able to all say, all at the same time, what this is as I take the towel off of it. I know the post is here anyway, I'm sorry about that. A 3, 2, 1. Bread. Oh, some of us even knew before I took the towel off. Bread. This is a loaf that my coworker baked on Sunday, and it turned out beautifully. So.
Patrick, take care. Poise your firelock. 1, 2. Half cock your firelock. 1, 2. Handle cartridge. These paper tubes have everything you need for one shot inside them. Historically, the musket ball would be between my fingers down here. They don't trust us with that. And then about 125 grains of black powder to back it up. Rip it open and prime. Pour a little bit under the flint and steel. Shot pad. 1, 2. The rest goes down the barrel. Charge grip, cartridge. Draw, rammer. Ram down, cartridge. Turn, rammer. Shoulder your firelock. Poise your firelock. 1, 2. Cock your firelock. 1, 2. Present. Fire. Half cock your firelock. Shut pan. Shoulder your firelock. So that is a long, slow training way of doing it.